Let's just do it from the phone. Yes. All right, here we go. The Snapback with T-Mac. We're back for the Nicholls State edition. Madden, I know, has a lot of Louisiana, a lot of Tiger fans. Last week, we wanted to get that win. It's been a while since we won that season opener. And, hearing people's comments after the game and we got stuff going on everywhere.
Technical difficulties going on right now.
But hearing everybody's comments, everybody was frustrated, and you heard negative comments about, we weren't going to be good. We had a long
trying
way
to fire
go.
Coach Kelly.
Well, not just that. I even heard people early talking about Nussmeier's play, and our running game was terrible, which we'd like to have it in other situations be better. But afterwards, I was hurt. It took me a couple days to get over that. But at the same time, I'm looking and I thought, you heard people kind of change their opinion this week. I thought Nussmeier had a heck of a game.
I did too.
There were a few throws that he could have made that he's going to have to make for us to win the big games. And one was an RPO rollout to the right that he just missed Anderson in the flat. And then people talk about down in the end zone. I've heard, a few comments. His throw, he just threw it up in the air. And then you hear Coach Kelly talk this week, that they didn't have that play coached up right. And it was a blitz pickup, and the tight end was on the outside, and that was his responsibility. So, you got to be careful sometimes when you look with the naked eye and you criticize too much. We had an opportunity to win that ball game, and I think the worst thing that came out of that game we saw – and everybody's talked about it all week is Emory. Emory going down, a guy he's worked back to get to this point. Had a good quarter in that third quarter.
Promising that game.
And to see him go down, your heart hurts for that guy a little bit because, I had an ACL injury my rookie year in the NFL, and that's a grind getting back, and he felt like he finally got back, and it's just tough to see that. But with Emory going down, you hear Coach Kelly and his staff, they're going to move Juwan Johnson to running back. He was a guy that was a big-time prospect as an athlete at Lafayette Christian Academy. He's been on the defensive side of DB.
He played quarterback, right?
He played everything. Everything in high school. I think he had over 14,000 yards. Listen to this number, 171 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a guy right there.
You score 171 touchdowns in high school, I don't care who you playing against, that's tough to do. So they're going to take him, and I'm sure they're going to have a package for Juwan Johnson. They're not going to throw the whole playbook at him. They're going to give him probably 10 to 15 plays, and they're going to know if they have a personnel to put him in there. They'll have a sheet, and that's the only plays they're going to call because that's the only ones he'll know, and they'll bring him along slowly. But I think it's a game for Caleb Jackson to go get a lot of touches, to go make some people pay when he gets his hands on the ball. Another thing, Shelton Sampson, he's a guy that they had high hopes for when he came out of Catholic High, and Coach has already announced that Chris Hilton is down this week, which I think is a smart move. Because if he's getting close to getting healthy, you shouldn't need him for this game against Nicholls. So get him healthy for next week when we open up SEC play with South Carolina. One of the things, I want to talk about, and I think this was big, Coach Kelly also talked about this in his press conference, was not being predictable in our formations in the running game. And that's going to help a lot. I think – right now, when teams, and I see it all the time and it frustrates me, I heard Spears talk about it this week, but to get 1 yard, you line up in shotgun. It's a spread offense. Everybody's running it. You put the running back on the right side of the quarterback. There's only so many plays you can run out of that. And it's going to be interesting to see. You're real predictable. With the running back on the right side, you're just limited. Or if he's on the left side, you're limited to your playbook. But if you go in the pistol, which means the quarterback, he can still be in the gun, but the running back's directly behind him. Now he can go either way with your strong side runs, your weak side runs, counters, whatever you want to do. I would love to see, and I know they're probably not going to do it. I wish more teams would do it. Was put the quarterback under center. There's so many more things you can do. You know, you see it a lot more at the pro level at times, but I think the game's evolving a little bit. You're starting to see that quarterback under center come back more, and I think in crucial run situations, we need to find that. You know, our big guys up front. You know, they took a little heat. Talked about all the build-up all off-season, how good they were. I still believe they're as good as advertised. Like I talked about schematically and predictability, those are things when you're not predictable, those guys up front can open up some holes. And I think part of it too, Coach Kelly talked about Pimpton, the tight end. I think he's learning the game also. You know, you always, at times, the offensive line gets blamed, and it could be a tight end on a backside block, you know, or setting the edge on a strong side run. So those tight ends factor into that situation also. Madden, what do you want to see this week from the Tigers to give you a little confidence of us going into SEC play?
I want the secondary to for sure play better. Just lock up the receivers and just less blitzing and just put pressure on the quarterback when needed. Third down, put pressure on him. That's when we
absolutely. And I think, you know, you come into a game like this and you think you have better athletes in every spot. So you trust that, and you think that your defensive line will be able to go get pressure. And I truly believe that, but also at the same time, if you're going to run those blitzes, you got to have your guys confident when you do call them. So we got to blitz at the right time, get to the quarterback, which I think we will. Savion Jones had a heck of a game last week. You know, I want to see him be that dominant edge rusher.
That's 4?
11.
11.
Yeah, 11.
Who's 4?
Oh, now I'm drawing a blank.
Because I know he put pressure on the quarterback a few times.
And then Perkins. Everybody's real critical of Perkins. He's got to get comfortable. You know, when he broke onto the scene, he was lined up outside on an edge rusher in third down situations, and he was making the big-time plays. He's going to show up more and more. But what I also want to see is that Weeks package. West and Whit Weeks, when they come in together, it's the coolest thing to me to see two brothers, and they have a package for them where they come in together, and those dudes play with their hair on fire, man. And I think they'll start to get more and more opportunities.
Remind me of a little Tyson Kimball, you know what I mean?
I hear that. Now you're throwing shout-outs out there. This game, we talked about earlier, Juwan Johnson. They're moving him from DB to running back. I'll tell y'all a little situation. I don't know if everybody knows it. My freshman year, Herb Tyler wound up being my quarterback at LSU, our quarterback. But Herb, when we went through camp, most of his work was coming at defensive back, you know, and he was one of those guys that was recruited as an athlete. And then at one point, they decided to move Herb strictly to the offensive side, and all the Tiger fans know how that worked out for Herb. Herb won some big games for us and had a great college career at LSU. So when you're an athlete and you're a guy like Juwan Johnson, you know, they can put him wherever, and they think he'll be able to go make plays.
It's Juwan Johnson.
Juwan.
I think that's how you say it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You're going to call me out right now.
I know, I just realized.
All right. We'll figure that out. Y'all send us in, let us know how to pronounce it. I'm getting grammar class up here. Also, this is a type of game. You think you're funny, huh? This is a type of game, I call it the one snap away game. So you see in this type of game, when you think you're going to go have a lead, you're going to put some guys in that are truly one snap away from being a starter for you. So Nussmeier's going to go out there. He's going to have a heck of a game. We need to see what Ricky Collins has. He's going to be the guy that's the backup. I'm really interested in seeing Ricky Collins go out there on that field, you know, a kid that grew up in this area, played high school ball in this area. He should get his first opportunity tonight, and I'm anxious to see what he does out there. So we'll go into it right now. I know everybody's going to watch this game and see the Tigers rebound. You know, we got this week, got Nichols, go South Carolina, got one more Patsy, and then I think everything for us right now is building up and we don't want to put the cart before the horse, but everything is building up to that Ole Miss game. All right, so we need to go out there, play strong, get a lot of guys some reps, come out of this game healthy, and I'm excited to see the Tigers back on the field. 100 years, they're celebrating 100 years of LSU football this year, and that's pretty neat. You think about all the talent that's come through Death Valley over the years, and that's pretty special. Pretty special. Madden, let's go ahead with score predictions. What's your score predictions for this one?
54-14 LSU.
LSU. All right. I think the Tigers are going to put up a bunch of points. I'm going with 58-10. Excited to see these guys play. Y'all make sure y'all join us at halftime. We're going to watch the first half. We'll be back in here. We'll discuss what we liked, what we didn't like, and what we need to see in the second half for the Tigers. So let's go get it.
It's me, Charlie Hangriff, and Matt McClure. We'll see you at halftime.
Come on, bro. Here we go. Charlie. Shout out Charlie Hannegriff.